Alright, it is week 2 of my Road to 1K series, where I try to make 1K MRR through mobile apps till 16th of June. And as you might recall, my plan for those weeks were planning, designing, and then building. And it went poorly. Pretty much all of the problems that I mentioned in the first video came to be, and I really didn't have much time. Of course, I built something, I'll show you guys later. Basically, I had so much stuff to do around this place. My parents came like a few times to go for like big shopping, to buy some things here. My friends visited. I had few videos that I needed to edit, and basically just getting used to living here took a lot of like time and mental effort to like figure out when should I eat, how much should I eat, counting calories as I sign up for the local gym, cooking, buying all of the stuff because I had pretty much nothing, figure out how all of the appliances work. Mainly it took like figuring out what should I add here. I spent like whole Sunday just figuring out what kind of bookshelf I need next to my desk, and I still haven't figured it out. I also had some personal stuff, but I'll talk about this later. So back to the main point, which is what have I done past 2 weeks. Well, the first step was planning, I believe. Planning and designing. For the design part, basically, I went to Stitch from Google and just asked it for like rough designs, just to have something that I can work off. And it came out alright. I didn't put much effort into this because I just didn't have time, and I just wanted to have some design to work from. In terms of planning, I just looked at my repo from my previous app, which was built in Flutter, and with help of AI, I just figured out what the file structure should be and what packages should I use instead of the Flutter packages. This went quite easy, quite fast, easier than I expected, and now that I believe that I have everything figured out, I moved to the building phase. And to speed up building and just to have something to show you guys, I decided to use Anti-Gravity, Google latest IDE, which is heavily based off AI. I never used it, I decided to check it out. Since it was a VS fork, so it was pretty easy to get used to. Pretty much like Cursor, but from Google. And since I already have like subscription from Google for like Google storage, this already came with some AI benefits. So it was also a plus for me. Developing this app came quite easy because of the help from AI. And I already built this app in Flutter, so I knew what I had to do to make this app like well-rounded, and I knew how to develop it in the right direction so nothing breaks. So first I just created like the design layer with like demi data, and then once I had something like most of the way there, I connected it to the database, added all the functionality, and replaced all of the placeholders. And as you can see, it looks quite different to the design. That's because when I was creating like one screen, I asked AI to do it, I typed in everything I wanted, and I forgot to put in the design inspiration, and it just created the screen with pretty good design. And I just looked at this and decided, well, this looks better than the design, so I decided to stick with it. And later down the line, I just put the design from Stitch and asked AI to use the current app design, but use the design from Stitch as like an inspiration of what I want here. So basically, this is how app looks right now. It's extremely buggy, the graph isn't working, and there's a lot of stuff that I need to do, but thanks to developing with AI, it goes quite faster than I expected. Of course, the code is not the best, but I try to review it and fix it as much as I can. From the looks of it now, I like this app way better than the Flutter version. I don't know why, maybe from the liquid glass from the iOS, it looks way more native, way more professional. I know that there is a lot of bug fixing that will need to be done, and I also know that there's a lot more work that need to be done just to make this app like quite good. A lot more animations and like UX improvements. So this is where we stand. This is where I stand. The next week's supposed to be the publishing phase. Of course, this app is nowhere near being published. I don't even have a name for it yet, or a logo, or a splash screen, or a intro panels, onboarding panels. So there's a lot more things that need to be done. Hopefully I will have some time next week to figure it out, because along the way I have more and more time to work on this app. So even though I have exams on the 1st, I think that I will be able to like finish this app around 90% next week, and in the beginning of the February I believe that I'll be able to move it to publishing phase. So this is the plan for now for this app. And in terms of the personal stuff that I mentioned in the beginning, it was that I had a really rough time with sort of figuring out the way that I wanted to take care of my work-life balance, how I wanted to think about my work-life balance, because there are two sides on the internet, the Alex Hormozy side, which is fuck work-life balance, just work. And the second side is that work-life balance is really important, that you need to take rest to actually enjoy life. And I'm falling somewhere in the middle, because I really understand the Alex Hormozy advice, but I have a little bit different values than him and different goals in life. But I also want to achieve great things in life, and I want to be motivated for it and like be obsessed with it. But somehow my brain is trying to like want to work, want to be obsessed. My heart wants to live, or my heart wants to experience, to create memories, to like just go out and live. And I actually created like some sort of poem. It's not really a poem, it's like something. It's the text that you read in the series Tone of Voice. I'm going to add this later because it is in Polish, so I will need to translate it first. But in the end, I figure out that this is only a season, and in this season, I will allow myself to become obsessed and to work, because I'm not going to work for my entire life. And there are seasons for work and there are seasons for life, and right now for me it is season for work. I also watched an amazing video by Dr. K about procrastination. It's crazy video. I'm going to link it in the description because it is really good. It really challenged my beliefs, and I need to like watch it a few more times to really understand it and to take deep knowledge from it. But it is a really good video, I recommend it. And I believe that is it for this video. My next steps are trying to finish the app, to make it like pretty good, especially with AI. If you ask the right questions, if you know what you want, it can create something beautiful. Of course, the code sometimes is not the best, but if you know what you're doing, you can create something amazing. And after that, we'll move to publishing. So yeah, that's the plan. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next week update.